Guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Lauren. We are starting our 5th year homeschooling, and I'm going to share our curriculum picks for 4th grade and do a little flip through for you as well. I am switching things up a little bit this year for language arts. I will be piecing things together from a few different curriculum companies. I did mention during my summer plan video that I was going to be working through teaching writing structure and style from IEW, and I started that, but things have changed with that plan for now. I will have separate videos for 1st grade as well as our family subjects, which will include Bible, history, science, and art. So keep an eye out for those if you're interested. I do also have previous years of curriculum picks for you as well on my channel. I will talk through some of these things that I took some time to process over the summer. So let's get into that and all of my thoughts about language arts, 4th grade specifically, is where I have a lot of thoughts. I will explain more as I go, and let's get into it. The first thing for my daughter going into the 4th grade is Language Arts and Literature Level 4 from The Good and the Beautiful. This is just part of the curriculum that we're using. We are only going to be using this course book. We are not going to be adding in the spelling and writing workshop for level 4. We are doing something completely different for spelling and for writing. So I did print this because I wasn't sure if I was going to use anything from it, honestly. The appendix for the course book is actually inside of the workshop book. So the course reading assessment is in here. There's also the challenging sentence climbs for the course throughout. So those are pretty cool. What I did like was the reference section, the editing symbols, spelling rules, and then some more challenging spelling words. And like I said, we're not going to be doing their spelling or their writing. Now, she just finished The Good and the Beautiful Language Arts Level 3 over the summer and the end of this past year, and that was the newest update, and this level 4 was last updated in 2020, and you can tell that there's a difference. It's not bad, but it's definitely not the same vibe that you get from level 3, and we really enjoyed that level. So there's geography and art, grammar and punctuation, writing, reading and literature, spelling. So this course actually includes the course book, the spelling and writing workshop, the level 4 personal reader, and level 4 world biographies reader. I did get the readers. I'm not sure if I'm going to have her actually read them just as additional books on her own. Or if I'm not going to have her read these at all. I'm not sure yet, but that is what is supposed to be in this course. Subjects covered in the course: reading, literature, spelling, writing, punctuation, vocabulary, geography, art appreciation, art instruction, grammar and usage. And of course it talks about the handwriting course and the typing program. They will also be using pastels in this course, and I believe there's also cooking as well. So that is another reason why I didn't want to stop using this, because it wasn't that we needed to completely change curriculum. It was the 2 parts of language arts, which I mentioned in my summer video, was after her testing, we needed to focus on spelling and vocabulary specifically. And I also know that with writing, it's more of, I don't know what I want to write. I don't know how I should write it. So all of that, the very beginning stages of learning how to write. So I don't expect her to be a strong writer right now, but spelling and vocabulary, I know, are the 2 things that we need to focus on. They were still above grade level, but they were her weaker points. So I just know that I want to focus on that, and not saying that The Good and the Beautiful doesn't do a good job covering that. It's just for her, we are going to be supplementing and working in some other books. So this is very student-led. For lesson 1, the parent teacher right here It just says follow the instructions on page 1 of this course to pre-test the challenging spelling words for the unit. I'm not going to worry about that because, again, we're not using their spelling. And then check the child's work when this lesson has been completed. So the student is doing everything independently. There's a reading check, vocabulary, singular possessive nouns, some editing, nouns, verbs, and adjectives, and then writing workshop. So here I will not have her complete the writing workshop. Like, I will cross this out, and that would be it for lesson 1. That's how we're going to use the course book from The Good and the Beautiful. The next thing we will be using is the DART program from Brave Writer. This is just the DART guidelines that go along with the novel. And for August, the very first book is A Bear Called Paddington. There's Paddington right there. So this is the book that we will be reading together for the month of August. And the cool thing about DART is that it is very open-ended and more creative based, which my daughter loves. I will probably have difficulty not having a strict, like, okay, the worksheet's completed, because there are no worksheets. It's very conversation based, and I love the idea of that, but I think I'm going to have to get used to it and take some time to switch gears a little bit and to get used to Brave Writer. So each month, there's different things that the DART will go over, and it changes based on the book. So this is just saying to read the DART guidelines, which kind of tells you like how it works. Yeah, details on each section of the DART, how to do copy work and all 3 styles of dictation, outside the box tips for bringing copy work and dictation to life, and sample weekly routines to help you get started. There is a skills tracker that goes over things like if you're saving a topic for later, they're currently learning it, or they get it. You're constantly assessing, so it's not like, oh, we're not tracking anything. You are, but you're doing it in a more natural way. And then the spin and spiral is talking about like scope and sequence. So in this DART for A Bear Called Paddington, we are going to be going over capital letters, proper nouns, commas, question marks, dialogue punctuation, adverbs, contractions, end marks, point of view, and anthropomorphism. So the cool thing, which I did not realize this at first and was part of my initial hesitation to jump into Brave Writer, was I thought that my daughter had to read all of these books, like independently, and that's not the case. So it's meant to be like a read aloud, and we have the whole month to read and discuss the book together and talk about all of these things. So for example, in week 1, this is the copy work that she will be doing. It is on chapter 1, page 5. It is literally the very first, this is it. Chapter 1, page 5. This is the copy work for week 1. And then it talks about why this passage, and then big juicy questions. And this just helps you have a more natural discussion about the book as you go through it. And there's also some spelling in here as well. I'm not gonna flip through the entire thing, but let me find the questions. Here's the big juicy questions page. This is very helpful as you are like reading through, just to have a discussion. Like before you read, a little bit in, further in, near the climax, and then the ending. So this is actually going to help you have more natural conversations as you read the book. And something else that has helped me as well is, yes, it's a read aloud, but I also don't have to read this aloud personally. We did buy the audiobooks for each of the monthly books, and I also saved them onto our Yodo cards so we can also play them whenever we want. So I am very new to DART. Like I said, this will be our first one, but A Bear Called Paddington is for the month of August. Bob is the book for September. Rod the Mighty, The Great Tomb Robbery is for October. The One and Only Ivan is for November. Harwood Hotel, The Greatest Gift is for December. Once Upon a Camel is for January. The Turtle of Michigan is for February. And for March, Thirst was supposed to be the book for the month of March. And I actually did a swap out for that book because it was a sensitive topic and some kids might not like it. And since she's also a little bit younger, I decided to swap that out. We're probably going to do Charlotte's Web, or we might do the first book of Harwood Hotel because I did buy those as literature singles along with the entire like full year Dart. So we'll see which one we decide for that, but I'm leaning towards Charlotte's Web, but I'm not sure. And then the book for April is Love That Dog. So these are the books for Dart this year. And if we don't get to all of them, that's okay too. We can just roll it over to next year. But the plan right now is to do one book a month. And like I said, Paddington is for August, and we're gonna go from there. Along with Brave Writer for essentially language arts, we're doing like 2 language arts courses basically. We'll see what we need to drop and when and how that works, but right now we're just going to see how it goes. We did go ahead and get partnership writing from Brave Writer, and this is a year-long language arts plan and 10 writing projects. We may or may not do all of them, but there's skills trackers, there's some lap books here, there's different weeks that they work on different things. There's a homophone mini book, like Blue and Blue, Scent and Scent, Dear and Dear, bunch of different things here, so that would be fun. Personal timeline, secret codes. See, like here, I want to mail. So you would just kind of have them create their own. And this is a really fun writing program. Like, you do work together with your child, but at the same time, it gives them an outlet to be creative with writing and not so structured. And they also have sample months where you would do copy work, Dart, Tuesday poetry tea time, which we were actually planning on doing that already like that, and then free writing on Friday, which we were going to do as well. It's kind of already built into what we were planning on doing with the Dart and just everything Brave Writer. This will work well. And I also got her a copywork notebook from Schoolnest, and that just looks like this. And then I also got her a narration notebook where she also has space to draw a picture. So she'll be using those 2 with her Brave Writer. Now I'm going to do a quick mention here. We were going to be using IEW Year 1 Level A, and I did get the Premier box. If you saw my summer video, you will remember this binder, the Teaching Writing Structure and Style, the seminar workbook. This is the training for you, for the teacher, and I was planning on doing this summer. I got through the first lesson, and I decided it was going to be too much, too fast for her because she is 7 years old. So I want her to enjoy writing and love writing and do more free writing before I put structured writing onto her plate. So I still love this, and we definitely will be doing this. I want to do this, but I want her to be more comfortable just free writing and writing for fun and enjoying it before I put the structure in place. And I did mention that you guys should get the entire kit, and I'm just gonna show you guys what's in here. And I will definitely be flipping through all of this at a later date when we are actually going to be using it. But this is Structure and Style for Students. So this is actually like their notebook, the teacher's manual. It does also come with Fix-It Grammar. This is level 1, which we would have needed to switch this out anyway to level 2 because she completed level 1 last year. And then this is the teacher's manual for Fix-It. And there's also a Word Right Now, which is a thesaurus. I really love that resource. And there's also the portable walls. Note making and outlines, writing from notes, summarizing a reference, like all of the things. LY adverbs, substitutes for said, and strong verbs. So there's a lot of information on the portable walls folder. That's everything that's in the box. Oh, and it also has the videos, which we got the forever streaming, so it's online. But I believe there's still a DVD option. So like I said, it's not a we're not doing it, it's just we're not doing it right now. I just want to build her love for writing, and I really feel like starting out with Brave Writer first is going to help her with that before we add in the structure and style from IEW. But I love IEW, and I'm going to show you something else from them in just a second. We will be using Fix-It Grammar from IEW. And we're continuing with this. She did level 1 last year, and she's doing level 2 this year. And I did get her these Fix-It Grammar cards. She was actually looking through one of the books that just had the list. Like, she kept flipping back to the page where it listed noun, adverb, prepositional phrase. Like, it had all of those things, and like all of the examples and things like that. So I do think that the cards would have been a nice addition to Fix-It Grammar last year. I just forgot to order them. I don't know if I'm going to laminate them or just put them on a key ring, or I don't know. I'm gonna do something with these to keep them from getting damaged, because I know we're gonna be using them for quite a while. And Fix-It Grammar looks the same as the last one. See, it talks about the cards. Here's the scope and sequence. We have parts of speech, capitalization, punctuation, commas, clauses, homophones, other concepts like intonation, numbers, subject verb pairs, stylistic techniques, and vocabulary. IEW is a grammar course, but it also does include vocabulary as well as copywork. So there's a Learn It page for every week. And then you can see week 1, day 1. She will read it, the vocabulary word, assorted, which is in bold here. She will mark it, 2 articles, 5 nouns. She will fix it, capital and end mark. And then after she has everything written down here, she will rewrite the sentence with all the corrections. So there's the copywork, and then the vocabulary. And then I have her look up assorted in the dictionary, which also gives her more practice with that. I usually have her write it in a different notebook. So grammar, vocabulary, copywork, and there's four days a week for Fix It. And the other cool thing, so it does go sentence by sentence, but back here in the appendix is the complete story. So she's rewriting all of this throughout the year. And then at the very end, which we just kept the entire notebook together, but at the very end, she can actually cut here and flip it around, and then have all of her rewrite sections together as like a smaller book, which is really cool too. So that's Fix-It Grammar. Now moving into spelling. So we are going to be starting on 180 days of spelling and word study. We did go with level 2. Level 3 seemed a lot more difficult than a 3rd grade level, in my opinion. And like I said, we definitely need to work on spelling. So going back and starting where she's more comfortable and to work on more confidence is a really good idea. So we are starting with level 2. We are also setting this up with the YouTube videos for her. The creator of 180 Days of Spelling does have YouTube videos for the first day of a unit. So she actually goes over the spelling words and talks about the definition and what it means, and then even looking at like the CH between branch and lunch and quench. So she will actually point those things out to your child and then just discuss it. There's an actual focus for the week. So this week for Unit 11 is 1-syllable words that contain consonant digraphs with like CH, SH, TH at the beginning or end of the word. So that's what she's going to be pointing out here with the spelling. and it is a like 5-day or like 1 page a day kind of thing. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And I'm not sure how we're going to split this up exactly yet, but after looking at this, I do think this is going to help her. So we are going to work on this for spelling. I did get her a spelling notebook. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just simple, it actually goes through 12, like a little spelling test at the end of the week. See how she did, see if we need to review anything. But this notebook is also from Schoolnest. Did you guys notice the color? I tried to match the best I could. All right, moving on to vocabulary. We are going to work on Wordly Wise. This is book 2. So I actually did have book 2 and book 3, and since I had both, I was like, hey, let's just start from the beginning or as far back as we have, and we're just gonna start with book 2. Okay, so in Wordly Wise, we have the lesson, which is the word list, of course, all of the definitions, and there's a couple pages of that. Then we have 5A, which, words and their meanings, very simple. I like how there's this little list of the words right there. Seeing connections and then applying meanings is 5C. And then in section D, vocabulary and context. So she'll be doing basically reading comprehension and actually seeing the vocabulary words in a written passage. And then here, answering the questions with a complete sentence, which that will of course be good practice as well with the writing. And then there's a vocabulary extension and then a review. So for each week, there's plenty of activities that will help with all of the vocabulary words, and then it goes to the next word list. Yeah, there's 15 lessons or 15 full weeks in here, so I'm not sure if we're going to be continuing to book 3 or not, but we're going to start with this and see how that goes. Next we have Explode the Code. This is for phonics, and this is book 4. There's 12 lessons. This is divided into, how many pages? 94 pages. So very simple. So I'll show you, I'm going to show you the first lesson. So circle the compound word that matches the picture, kind of combining them here. Read, write, and circle it. Simple yes or no. Pick a word to fit each sentence. Which one of the sentences matches the picture? Some of these are really funny. And then write the word. So that is a lesson. And we just do a couple of pages a day, and this goes pretty quick too, as long as I remember to do it. I will eventually figure out how I'm going to schedule all these things into our school week. And then also from The Good and the Beautiful, she is going to be doing typing 1. She already started this last year. We did, I don't know, a few lessons. She enjoyed it, but it was just something that we didn't make the time for. There's 80 lessons in here, and we will be adding this in again. And something else, so this is kind of the extras. Something else we will be doing is she will be actually pen pals with my best friend's daughter. We've been best friends for like, I don't know, almost 30 years. She will be pen pals with my best friend's daughter, so they're friends as well, and they'll be writing letters back and forth to each other, and they're the exact same age, so it's just the cutest thing. I did get her this Writer's Toolbox book, and I love how in a very fun way, it tells them how to write letters, fairy tales, scary stories, journals, poems, and reports. So this is writing your own letters. It breaks it down into, the heading, greeting, body, closing, and signature. And then of course it even has the envelope here and breaks down all of the parts of a letter. And so it's just going to be a very cute way to see the example of a letter and then be writing a letter back and forth with her friend. So this is just a very cute book. There's a lot of different things in here. I just thought this was a really cute and fun book, and will also show her how to write the letter to her friend. And then on Fridays, she will also do Freewrite Friday, which is another thing that Brave Writer does, and we'll be doing that. And I also forgot to mention we'll be doing poetry tea time on Tuesdays, I'm thinking. So we'll see how my scheduling goes, but that's what I'm thinking right now. I also got this DK book. It's Storyteller's Word a Day. And I love how there's literally one a day. They can both flip the page, leave it on their desk, but it's where the word comes from, synonyms, how much of the fiction in our database uses the word, and then finish the story. So there's little examples like grating is an adjective, harsh and annoying. And then on the back, it breaks down all of those things I was talking about. Also this little, so it can actually stand up. So it can actually stand up on the table. And then they can flip through and look at another word. So this is another vocabulary and writing thing. Kind of helps build vocabulary and, I guess, storytelling. She will also be using Night Zookeeper, and we got that a few months ago. She plays with that every once in a while too, but I'm not planning on scheduling that in, but we do have Night Zookeeper. And then I did get her a planner. This planner is going to help with her independence, so every week I'm planning on filling it out for her, at least to start. The subject here, and then what she's going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then she can check them off as she completes it. And the habits down here, I was originally going to add in some, but I think I'm just going to let her pick her own habits that she wants to add to this. I believe she told me she wanted to work on yoga, so we're going to see how this goes. But I think this will be a nice little checklist for her because it's going to change throughout the school year and of course throughout the week. So we have a morning checklist, and then we have this for her schoolwork. And this is from Not Consumed. All right, moving into math. So she is going to be continuing with the Good and the Beautiful, Simply Good and Beautiful Math 4. This is independent math. So table of contents, there's 120 lessons. So there's the course book, the answer key, mental math map mysteries. I did get her a notebook, and she does have the link for the videos on her iPad already. This can be done independently. So she has a video that will be teaching her her lessons. So this is going to help her be more independent, and then I'll be able to work one-on-one with her sister while she's doing independent work. And I think that'll work out well this year. So here's lesson 1. Read the instructions and complete today's activity in your Math 4 Mental Math Map Mysteries book, and then watch the video lesson and or read the mini lesson. So here's the video lesson. She would scan the QR code and then watch it, or I just have the link for her so she can just pull up the lesson number.
Hey there, welcome to Math 4.
And then the mini lesson is here, so she could also review it, or I could look at it and see what she's working on to assist her if she has any questions. And then there's the lesson practice, and then multiplication mastery, which we will not be using musical multiplication this year. That was something that we are changing up, which I will get to that in a second. Here's the answer side for the mental math. So she'll be looking at this side, and I will be looking at this side. There's actually little stickers that she gets to do after each page, I believe. After completing lesson 47, place this piece onto your map on D1. Okay, so she will go to the map, find that sticker back here, and put it on D1 right here. And then at the very, very end, she gets to read this adventure after completing the course. So the mystery will be fun. And for her math notebook, I got her the Schoolnest graph paper notebook just to help keep her numbers in line. So I thought that would be helpful. As you can see, I matched purple. And for multiplication, she will be doing times tables. Now I just pulled these out. This is just the storybook and the workbook that came with it. but honestly, it's just the DVD is what you really need. Mrs. Week's 6th grade class has 42 students. So Mrs. Week, you know, she's number 7 days in a week. And then the 6th grade class is the number 6. So 6 times 7 is 42. And that's just a way to memorize the times tables. We did part 1 and that worked well for her. I actually need to see if she still remembers them because we have not revisited this or done part 2 yet. That is something that we will be doing for multiplication. And moving on to handwriting, I do want her to practice print as well as cursive this year. I feel like sometimes she just rushes when she writes. I do want her to focus on print as well as cursive. So handwriting level 5 from the Good and the Beautiful is where she is at. And you can tell the lines are actually closer together, so the print is smaller. A lot more copy work here. And she loves drawing the little pictures and adding details. She'll be continuing her handwriting with the Good and the Beautiful. And like I said, this is for cursive for the most part. So she'll be doing cursive level 5. And then for print, I found this Draw and Write Seasons book. There's step-by-step drawings. So I can draw a palm tree, so it tells you how to do it. So she'll draw it here. Trace, write it, so she'll copy. And then the very last thing would be coloring the picture to match the sentence. So whatever the sentence says, that's how she will color the picture. So here, green palm trees. So she'll be coloring them green. Strawberry ice cream. So again, she'll be coloring that pink. Very cute. And there's 52 different drawings in here. And I like that it's not a simple like alphabet book. It's actually for older kids. And we did start this last year and it was something else that we just forgot about and just stopped doing. But she loves Draw Right Now. The Draw and Write Seasons is similar where you will be drawing a picture, writing the copy work down, coloring the picture basically. So it's drawing and writing again, but they're different because this one she'll be putting on her own paper, and she's told me she wanted to do both because I asked her which one. She said both because she didn't get to finish this last year, and I mean it's not a big book. This is one that we'll be using over and over again, and you don't actually draw in this book. You just use a different piece of paper, but you copy everything out of the book. This is not consumable, whereas this one is you draw right in the book. So we are doing these for, well, we're doing these 3 things for handwriting for her, cursive, print, and drawing. So that is what's happening for her. That's actually what's happening for her core curriculum. That is everything. That is a huge stack of things. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of things happening right there. I cannot wait to organize all of it, actually sort it out instead of it sitting in a pile on my desk. It'll be great to finally put it away. This is just everything for her core curriculum. I know it seems like a lot, but a lot of the little extra things that I've pieced together for her language arts are very quick and will not take a lot of time. So we will see how piecing things together like this works out. If we need to take something away, we will. I don't think we'll be adding anything else, but I will keep you guys updated. And remember to like this video if you found it helpful, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And also remember to hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. As always, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and I will see you soon. Bye.